Jeez, oh Pete. Thank you, David. So I've spent, let's see, what does it say? 4 minutes talking and nobody could hear me. Oh, great. Thank you, David. Oh, jeez. I appreciate you, David. I appreciate that. Oh, man. So, now I'm totally embarrassed. So, if thank you. I know you can hear me, and it's my own dang fault because I did not check the sound levels before I started. Again, one of those lessons. I mentioned in the quiet part that I got a new computer and things are all moved around, and I haven't quite got totally everything set up the way I want to. And so I apologize. I mean, I'm even doing something, for example, if I do this, oh, see that's not working either. So much for that. I'll test that out on my own time because I actually have a new. You can't see it, but I have an external monitor, a separate monitor over here to the left, and I have a webcam over on that monitor, but I also don't have the keystroke set up to switch the camera. So, and thank you, David, for this comment. A master teacher, you're reminding us to check out sound. So, for those of you who don't know, David is the Bunkie guy. If you have seen the Bunkie case study, and I highly recommend that you go do that, I now also have the ability to type in stuff. So if I do Bunkie, and I can do that, look at that. Now, I don't see that on my own monitor. Isn't that, oh, so now it's on Facebook, but I still don't get to see it. Okay. So I don't have a shortcut yet to be able to turn that off or show that. But anyway, I just posted a link in, hopefully all of you can see it because I am streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So hi all of you people out there watching live. If you go to upviral.com/bunkie-life-case-study, you can see the case study done on David's fantastic campaign. David and his team and I are working on a new contest, which is going to start, gosh, today's the 7th. It's going to start this month. And he's going to be giving away a Bunkie. For those of you who don't know what that is, go to bunkielife.com. Hey, I bet I could do that seeing as how I'm showing the screen, right? If I do key, I can't see what I'm typing because the sound levels are on top of that. There it is. If you want a Bunkie, these are Bunkies. These look really awesome. Now, they don't have a bathroom, they don't have a kitchen, but they're really great if you have some property and you want to be able to get out, get away. This is awesome stuff. So David's going to be giving one of those away. There's David right there. Fantastic campaign that David did. Let me also go back to that link for the case study. If you haven't seen that, here's the link. Bango. Awesome case study if you want to check that out. Anyway, so that's David. Sidetrack there, right? So if I go back to UpViral here, I totally messed up the beginning. But so the tip for the day is to watch your date drop down in your campaigns inside of UpViral. So I've done this to myself, and I have done this to clients before. So I've gone into their up viral, I'm doing stuff, and suddenly they're panicking. They call me up and say, Mitch, all of my leads are gone. I'm down to like 10 leads, or it's at 0, like this one, or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Don't panic, because what's happened is this date dropped down. Notice that this one right now is showing 0 visitors, 0 leads. If I switch that to, let's say, all time, you'll see that there's 94 visitors and 2 total leads. Now this is my demo contest. If you haven't seen that, if you go to this link, why is that not working? Oh, see? That's what happens when we get a new computer. All right, if you go to, let's see, what I was trying to show. See, this is the problem. There are way too many links, and thought I had this set up. I don't have it set up, obviously. If I go to a new tab, and I go to giveawayrocket.com/demo safari. That's DEMOSAFARI. You can see an actual demo campaign. All right, this is the one that I'm looking at the statistics for in this. Now, what's going to happen is that if I now change to today, you're going to see there's 1 total visit, right? Because I just visited. So the tip here is to make sure that you are looking at this drop down if you come in and you don't see the kind of numbers that you're expecting in the campaign statistics. Again, my client came in one time and she panicked. She called me up and said, Mitch, all of my leads are gone. And I said, I'm sorry. I just had changed the drop down. And I was looking at yesterday, for example. Obviously, hers had a whole lot more leads than mine does. But I think you get the idea. Make sure you are checking this drop down, because if you want to see all of them, do all time. Or do this month or last month if you're creating a campaign and running it right now. Don't panic if all of a sudden your leads are gone, because they're really still there. It's just that the drop down isn't set the right way. So that's the tip. That's all there is to it. Don't panic. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be really curious to see what you think. This is supposed to move over to this monitor. If you want to get on the email list, I do know this works. To join the daily tips, go to giveawayrocket.com/365. I'm stalling to give you time, if you're here watching and you have a question or a comment, to go ahead and type it in right now, because I'm going to sign out. The whole point was to talk about the tip and not spend 4 minutes talking with the microphone off like I did at the beginning. So if you want to get on the daily tips, that's there. If you want to get on the calendar, oh, I pressed the wrong one, didn't I? Oh, it's that one. If you want to get on the calendar, go over to CalFree, and you can get on the calendar so you can see when I'm going Facebook Live, and you'll be able to pop in and ask me any questions like now. But since nobody's asking you questions, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching. Uh-oh. Anne popped in. I was about to lose you, Anne. Happy to answer questions. Happy to get my monitor and my lighting fixed now that I know it's wrong. So I'm stalling, Anne. Happy to answer your question. Go ahead and pop it in. in the comments box, because I should be able to do this. Say hello and tell me where you're from. So Anne's question is hidden behind the comments thing. How do you give info to your clients on their campaign? Great question. That is a great question. It's a pain in the buttuckus right now, because Upviral is supposedly working on an agency version where I could give my clients a login screen to come in and like see their own stats. I would absolutely love to have that. So far, now dang it, I tried to press one of my sounds and it's not working. They're all not working. Oh. I think the problem is when I lift my desk, I have a stand-up sit-down desk, and when I lift it, I think the cable pulled out for the hard drive where those sounds are. Yikes. That's what happens when you get a new computer. Not everything works the way you think it does. All right, so Anne, what I do is two things, and thank you very much for asking. Number one, I do screen grabs of the stats pages, and I just send them to them. The second thing that I have been doing, if you're really crazy about it and interested, let me swap over to my desktop and let me go to, I'm not there. If I go to, open a new tab and go to giveawayrocket.com, and if you go to the resources tab, and I love this confetti stuff. If you click the button, you can see confetti. Isn't that fun? And you go to this one, the Upviral Advanced Statistics spreadsheet that I have created. You can see a spreadsheet that I have created for my clients and for myself. Let me open that in Numbers if you're interested. I'm laughing because David's question, which popped up after Anne's. I gotta move this out of the way. Do you ever do any squeeze page, also known as a landing page, also known as sales page reviews? Thank you, David. That's a great question. Let me look at Rachel's spreadsheet and I'll open that. Open. And by the way, if you go back, if I go back a page to the resources, you will see that right here is the feedback. If you want special feedback, you can come in. I will review your campaign. Thank you, David, for this prompted question. Not really. So it is right here, the give feedback. Now, I also periodically do Facebook Lives. Again, if you get on my calendar free, I think it's like Thursdays, once a month, I will do live campaign reviews for no charge. But you'll have to get on my calendar to get that to happen. So, Anne, if you look at, this is the spreadsheet. Let me make it full screen. And inside the spreadsheet, I have created some additional statistics. Let me get rid of that too. Oops, not that one. Dang it. I got too many buttons. Be harsh, somebody says. I don't know why. I don't know where that came from. I am harsh. For those of you, who know me, I am pretty dang harsh when it comes to my campaign reviews. Because what I want them to do is not hurt your feelings, but I want to be able to get you to get tens of thousands of leads like David did in his campaign. This is still trying to answer Anne's question without getting too distracted, and I do that way too often. But this is the spreadsheet that I've created with some additional statistics. All of it pulled from UpViral data, except for the forecast. Now this one has, you see the green bar and the orange bar, those are forecasts. I've created a forecasting system that UpViral doesn't have. And so when I'm working with my clients, we try to come up with a forecast. We try to come up with a plan, a goal, so to speak, of what our campaign potentially could do. And then you see the purple and the blue lines here are the actuals. So that's actual direct leads and actual referred leads. You'll see in her campaign that she was doing really well at the beginning, and then Christmas happened and she stopped promoting and blah, blah, blah. So this particular campaign kind of fell flat right here in this week, but it was doing really well at the beginning. It was actually beating the forecasts, which was her choice. But all of that data is included in the spreadsheet, and you can get that for a nominal charge over at giveawayrocket.com/resources. And it's available in Excel as well as Apple Numbers format. Now, there's a whole lot more detail if you come in. It's more than just that one page. There's a secondary page with some real details and goals. You can see like this direct conversion or goal greater than 20%. So we were beating that. The ones that are in pink are not beating the forecast. So she was doing really well. And so there's additional charts there. There's more really crazy additional charts over here. And I'm still trying to figure out what some of the things are that I want to include here. So there's probably more data than you need. But the campaign overview is what I'm really trying to give to my clients. And I'm even adding this viral / forecast versus not forecast or actuals. David? Are you sure you want me to do that, David? So anyway, and this is available on the resources page. If you're interested in it, let me know. You can just go buy it, and I will have to send it to you if you go ahead and purchase, because the one that's up there on the store is not the latest and greatest, because I've not had anybody purchase it recently. I keep making updates to it, and I figure I'll publish the updates when possible. So yes, David. So David asked, any chance you could do a live squeeze page review that I'm currently working on? God, that looks really horrible on that monitor. My face looks blotchy over there. Anne, you're welcome. Hopefully, Anne says, thank you for the information. That's very helpful. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you, and go ahead, ping me on Facebook Messenger if you have any more questions. So, David, if you're really serious, you're going to have to give me the URL, because I don't have it. And that Be Harsh was part of your see, I thought it was somebody else made a comment. I apologize, David. You'll have to give me the link in order for me to do the review. You'll have to give me the link. I guess I could log into your account, couldn't I? Let's see. I don't know why that's not switching over to this monitor. There you go. So let's see. Oh, I can't just go to your campaign, can I? All right, so there's a slight pause here. David sent the link. Let's see if I can copy it this way. I think that works. All right, copy. I go to Safari, and I go to this link. That didn't work. It's because I had an extra slash in there. All right. I'm waiting because apparently the widget isn't loading, David. I see the widget over here trying to load, but it isn't. David says, oh, you guys can't see the screen. Right now, I'd like to have the widget at the top and the bottom, but that's resulting in the widget not loading properly. Dang. That's really interesting. I don't know that I've ever talked to anybody that tried to load the widget twice on the page. So here's David's page. And why is my window? Oh, that's why. I love what David's done in terms of creating the logo. The logo is really nice. And the page is really clean and much cleaner than what we did last year. I'm sorry. Oh. I have a message. Real time. The message is not going away. Are you guys still there? All right. I hope you're still there. Win a $9,000 log cabin bunkie. So one of the issues that David obviously has is educating people, because it's not like an iPhone where people know what the heck it is that you're going to be giving away. The picture is great in that it shows you in a natural environment. He and I talked about this yesterday briefly. I think he needs. If I were to take this picture again, I would get rid of some of this stuff up here at the top, because it places you in a natural setting, but it also obscures a little bit about the top. People get the idea of what you're doing, giving away. Glitch Bonnie says, hi, thanks for joining over on Twitch, Glitch Bonnie. I'm experimenting with running doing these live streams over onto Twitch, which is not normally a business place, but so Bonnie, what I'm doing is reviewing a giveaway, because that's what I do. This font is a little bit sketchy. I typically don't like hand-drawn fonts, but I think this one's readable. I would have to see this on a smartphone to totally be sure. But I like that this is a very different look and feel font. Contest closes February 16th. We don't need, David, the word closes and ends. Pick one or the other. Must be a resident of Ontario. Now, this is something that I advised David last year, and I was going to do my tip today about customization, but I'll have to do that another day because I couldn't get it to work before we started. Must be a resident of Ontario, Canada. This is important for people who come. Maybe that there's a link shared out on Facebook, and when they come to the page, they have to realize that they're either eligible or not eligible, depending upon their location. Renya's here. Hi, Renya. Glitch Bonnie says, the picture is sometimes fake. Now, this picture, yes, and that's one of the issues of running campaigns is giving real images and trust. I'm laughing, by the way. Real side comment here. Let's see if I can do it really fast. If I go to not Facebook. What was it called? FlockRocket. That's what it is. FlockRocket.io. These people pinged me the other day because they're giving away their thing for free, and I noticed this image, by the way, because this person is not real. That image is taken off of a stock website, and I recognized it. So anyway, don't be fake, people. I appreciate Glitch Bonnie mentioning that. So David's image shows reality. I think David needs to clean this up a bit because of the fact that he's trying to show off this really cool product. Did you already enter the contest? Click here to catch the to reach the contest scoreboard. I'm going to open that in a new tab. Let's see if that works. I don't know if it does or not. Get excited when a $9,000 log cabin bunkie. So the entry form is this segment right here that's not loading. It's right at the top of the page, which is significant. That's something David and I agreed on. It needs to be the top. I'm depending upon how this appears on a smartphone, I might advise David to see if we can get rid of some of this space. Like there's a lot of space up here at the top that's being misused. If we could get the form to appear on the top of the page, that would be great. And it's just a little bit of a size issue. And we're talking about nits here. Tiny little issues that aren't really that significant. People will scroll down if they find this interesting. This kind of appears as a button. What I know it isn't. The new 2020 bunkie with a loft. So this picture is a little bit better. It's a lot better. And it shows nature that this is out there. I wish that there wasn't this little house next to it. Not much I can do about that, obviously, unless David wants to hire an editor to get rid of that. I'm being real picky. Sign up to win this bunkie. So this is potentially an image that we could use out on social media, which is what I'm sure you're doing. We're giving away another bunkie. Last year's contest was so much fun. We're giving another. This time is our new bunkie with a loft. Epic. I love what David does because he makes the fun and engaging. He doesn't just do boring text. How can you win? Put your name and email in the box below. Use the Facebook Connect button. We're going to have to talk about that, David, but there's a conversation we also had about points. Get as many points as you can to increase your chance of winning. So David's mentioning points, and he's talking about increasing your chance of winning. So he's giving people the understanding that points equal chances to win. So I love that. You have the chance to win by entering once, but increase your chances of winning. Earn extra points by making various actions. Share your link with your friends to get the most points. Top 10 people with the most points will get prizes too. David, if you could, I would make this bold or different font or something. Make that stand out because we want people to realize that they can earn things even without winning the bunkie. What is a bunkie? A small like it. Am I eligible? I must be 18 years old. I'm skimming through this. What's it for? Enjoy your bunkie as an escape in the woods. I'm surprised, by the way, David, in this paragraph that you don't mention come on, brain, the rental of space. I I don't know whether you want to include that or not. Ha! I love that. Is this legit? Way to go. We are a family business in Ontario, have been operating since 2015. Great track record. Da, 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 da. We announced the contest winner live on Facebook and YouTube, and the winner with the completed and delivered bunkie. It'd be cool if there was a link to see last year's right there. Photos of the 2020. This could be yours. Look at that. That's really cool. If I click this, they get bigger? Yes, they do. Way to go, David. I want to win one of these. I don't live in Ontario, though. That looks really nice. I really like the way this has turned out. There's plenty of space up there. Wow. This is freaking cool. Freaking cool. I like the snow here. I just don't like that house next door. And I know it does also show that people can put it in their neighborhood, right? And so it has multiple purposes. Renia, you live in Ontario. Good for you. You should win one of these. You can't enter yet. Renia says, I would love to win that. They are awesome. This version looks really cool. I mean, they're not huge, but they're not meant to live in either. They're not little mini homes. But these are really cool. Anne says, I live in Ontario, but I don't have a place to put the bunkie. Well, you could turn around and sell it. Oh, shh, don't say that. That's okay. This looks really nice, David. I like the way the images appear on the page. They blow up. You can go back and forth between them. People's comments. I think the bunkie is cute as a button. I still can't think of the name of that website. What the hell is it called? The place where you rent your place out. Enter here before the contest closes. Big countdown. Our cabins. See, I love this page. Rules. Don't cheat. Play nice. Must be 18 years old. I cannot talk and read. No purchase necessary. Prizes are transferable at our discretion. Best of luck. Airbnb. Thank you. God, my brain some days just can't come up with things. That's the one. I knew it started with the letter A. Rania says I'm not hearing any sound. Well, you should be. I see the sound meter going up and down. I'm not using my good mic, apparently. But David seems to be hearing me. So, Rania, it must be you. And there are still people here watching, so thank you all who are watching. If you have any questions, make sure you pop them in quickly, because you never know. I've been going probably 30 minutes longer than I thought I was going to go on this particular broadcast. Let's see. Oh, don't do that, Mitch. I accidentally hit that scroll thing. I'm glad I could see that. Let's see if I can make that comment go away. Look at that. Bunkie scoreboard. So this is the page that you get to afterwards, and you guys haven't updated this yet. Okay. That's okay. But this is where the people will get to on the second on the second page once they once they enter the campaign. And that's going to change. Yeah, David says my scoreboard isn't ready yet. That's okay. We got time. So overall, David, my in terms of things that I look for those of you who are watching, does the contest page, the landing page, convince me that I should enter? I think the answer is a resounding yes. He's presented enough information that even if I don't understand, I do, based on the images and the discussion below, I understand what it is. Right at the top, I can see that it's a $9,000 log cabin bunkie, and there's an image. There's not a whole lot of explaining that you have to do when you've got that kind of information. I always try to put on my I don't know anything about this hat. And I think that there's enough information here. Even at the top of the page, collect as many points as you can to increase your chances to win. The font choice is fun and engaging. It's clear. You see that it's a very valuable prize. The logo gives you the idea that this is a legitimate business, especially it says established in 2017. I suspect that if I click this, I will actually go to the home page. So I can get more information, which is great. Same logo, same page, etc. So this is ticking all the buttons. I would love to see the actual widget. There's a link here to get me to see the scoreboard if I've already registered. This is a great question. Renya says, I don't understand how he could give away this cabin and still be in business. It's a great question. Let me go back to, let's see, where did I have that? Over here. I don't know where the heck that came from. Did I close it? I closed it. Seems too good to be true. Well, that's an interesting point. So if I go back to what Rennie, I know you've probably seen this, but if you click on the link that I shared earlier and go to the UpViral landing page, David gathered 34,297 leads and $300,000 in sales immediately after the contest last year in February when he ran this campaign. So you asked about too good to be true and how is he in business? Well, David has built his business actually on two contests. He ran one in 2017. He ran one in 2018. He's massively grown his email leads. He had $300,000 in sales immediately following the campaign, and he's sold more since then. Now, obviously, that's not $300,000 in profit, but everybody that's read this case study, I mean, I have clients come to me and go, Mitch, I want to be like the bunkie guy. David, so there's videos you can watch here that Mark Davies from UpViral interviewed David Frazier, and there's lots of stuff to learn in this particular case study. It is awesome. You should go read it and memorize it and learn lots of great stuff from this. UpViral did a great job on this case study. I did advise David last year a bit about his contest. And by the way, if you look at what he's calling the scoreboard, notice that they did a 2-day sale, an epic 2-day sale, immediately following the campaign. He mentioned it multiple times during the campaign. By the way, if you don't happen to win, we're having a sale immediately afterwards, and we're going to give you $1,000 off plus free shipping. So David talked about this a lot during the campaign. So people were aware, not only was he giving them away, but you could buy them, and they're going to be on sale for 3 days, 2 days, immediately following the giveaway. That helped David because primarily he's running this campaign now because he has to order for the summer. And so what he wants to do is to get people really excited to order in February so that he can plan his purchases of his bunkies from the supplier and get them delivered in time to be able to get people their bunkie, get them set up for the summer, blah, blah, blah. Right? So David's really smart about what he's doing here. This is a legitimate business. The contest built his list by adding 34,000 people to his list that he had 12,000 or 18,000 or something from before. So he's added tons of people. He's emailing them regularly like he should, right? If you're running an email list, you want to be making sure that you are constantly nurturing those people and telling them ways they can use their bunkie, get them excited about it. He shows people who have done setups and shows them like in their property, so people are constantly being teased if they don't own a bunkie. David really knows what he's doing in terms of getting people excited about stuff. And he makes it fun. And a lot of people have said to me, well, Mitch, I'm not really good on camera. I mean, no offense, Dave will tell you. David's a singer, right? So David's used to being on camera or up on stage. He sings, he does music all the time. But that doesn't mean that he's a slick professional who wears a suit and tie on every video. He loves to make it fun and engaging. I mean, the videos that he did during the contest last year brought his family in to help pick winners and do stuff live, and it was done in his kitchen. He also was on vacation in Florida, and he wrapped all that into his videos. He made it personal. He made it fun. He made it engaging. And that's what most people fail at doing when they do their contests. I mean, I have advised a couple of clients. They've come to me and said, I want to be like the bunkie guy. And then when we've gotten to actually running the campaign, they're flat. They don't have any energy. They don't want to do the videos because they're afraid of getting online. And their campaigns come nowhere close to crushing it like David's did. Now, granted, David has a $9,000 product that he's giving one away of. But David's figured out how to get in front of those people, how to get them energized and get them really excited. I mean, he did a complete video on the Airbnb thing so that people could figure out that they hadn't even thought about the fact that they could rent the dang thing out and make money on it. Not to mention just having it for their own personal use, right? I love David. David's really smart at what he's doing. Really smart at what he's doing. And Renya, actually, you and I talked about that because when you were running the contest, I said, do a sale immediately after. Tell people about it. Get them excited about what you're doing. And you could do crazy good stuff like David did. It's possible. I've seen it happen. But it takes effort. I mean, David will tell you, during this giveaway and during the sale that he's going to do, he's living and breathing the bunkie. This isn't just a little, oh, by the way, weekend hobby that he's doing here. He is putting massive energy. Oh, David, stop. David, stop. I'm going to switch over. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. You're giving me lots of credit, and I appreciate that a lot. I don't think I did that much. I think the vast majority of your success came from being you. It came from crushing it in terms of doing the Facebook Lives, getting people energized, creating let's also talk about your family letting you do what you needed to do, and Heather, who's there backing you up, getting other stuff done. So it's not just you. You're the front. You know what it's like being the lead singer, right? You're out there in front, and there's plenty of people behind you that are helping. But I do appreciate your kind words. So if anybody has any questions, David, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, David. You always do, which is perfectly okay. I think the landing page looks really awesome. I think the widget probably doesn't have that much to it. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do the widget twice. I guess I don't know if I can test that on a different kind of landing page, but I don't know that anybody's ever done that. I'll ask in the UpViral group, and we'll see what kind of responses we get. So David says, super helpful. Well, that's my job. That's my goal, is to be super helpful. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. Renya, here's an interesting question. It took me a second. David, so the question is, I wonder if David's customers wear pants. The joke here, it's not a joke, I shouldn't say that. The inside joke is that Renya sells belts. Pants, belts, things you wear around your waist to hold your pants up. That's why Renya is doing that. So now, that's certainly a tip. Unintended tip, and probably not appropriate for this particular group, but if you can find people to partner up with, Renya, other people that are offering similar kinds of products, or complementary, I shouldn't necessarily say similar, complementary, you guys hook up and get a campaign going where you can use their list and your list and work together. Always think about partnerships if you have the opportunity. David, I think that might be an easy answer. See, now it's going to get bigger. So you have to worry about the scroll bar. I think I might want to do an anchor to get people to click back up to the top of the page. Then at least makes it easy, and we don't have to spend a whole lot of time figuring it out, I guess, if you can do that. HTML-wise, right? Anne's question, is it best to have the landing page on your own site rather than redirected to the UpViral one? I'm laughing because this is another great question, and David and Heather and I spent 15 minutes discussing this particular question the other day in a meeting. My answer is no. My answer is complicated. When I create campaigns, typically what I do is use the UpViral landing pages, and I use the custom domain that UpViral lets you have. So in this case, for example, if we were using an UpViral landing page, then it would be up.virl, blah, that if we're not using our custom domain, it would have an ugly URL. If we're using a custom domain, then David could do giveaway.bunkylife.com, which would direct to the UpViral landing page. And it would have bunkylife.com as the domain, right? People, when they looked at that link, they would see bunkylife.com. They would not see UpViral, blah, 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 blah. They will always see whatever domain you've associated with that campaign. And that's where the gold is, right? Now, Heather on David's team and I had this major conversation about SEO. My understanding potentially is slightly different than hers, but I may not be 100% right on this. Google sees that domain, bunkylife.com, when the contestants come in to contest.bunkylife.com. Google sees the domain. They don't know or care whether that subdomain is on UpViral servers or whether it's on David's servers in terms of physical placement on the computers, right? Google's looking at the URL and going and thinking to itself, they are all associated, excuse me, with bunkylife.com, and therefore the SEO comes along with it. I believe. I am not an SEO $10,000 paid expert, but that's what I firmly believe. And therefore, when you're creating an UpViral landing page, Google doesn't see it any differently than if it was bunkylife.com/contest. They're the same in Google's perception of the domain. Again, that's my belief. Somebody could fix me and correct me. So if you use UpViral landing page in concert with the custom domain, people don't see it differently. Google doesn't see it differently. If you don't use the custom domain, then you got a problem. In David's case, what we decided to do was that they wanted to build the landing page inside of their landing page, inside of their domain, their server, and therefore they used the widget. And it looks really good. Obviously can't see the widget, but it will look really good. The other thing that I advised David and Heather was to get rid of the menus, right? If I switch back really fast, this is the scoreboard page. This is the sharing page. This is where the people are going to be second. And it's still, it's okay at this point, I think, because we have their, imagine the widgets loaded. We would get their email address and their name from the landing page, right? Let me switch back over and get rid of the comment. Notice there's no menu structure up at the top of this. There is nothing to distract them unless they click this logo, because this is clickable. There's nothing to distract them from getting entered in the campaign, right? There's not a whole bunch of links. There's not a, hey, go buy a Bunky. There's not, hey, we're going to have a sale. There's no distraction. This is enter to win the contest. Win a $9,000 Bunky, and that's the only function of this page. It's the only function you want. And notice the URL up here at the top says bunkylife.com, right? Obviously, it's their own landing page, but it's branded, it's working, it's clear what the function is. It's not somewhere else. It's not on ClickFunnels or anywhere else. It's on their domain. The intent is clear. Okay, does that make sense? That is yet another really long-winded answer to a simple question. It's not a simple question. I totally understand that it's not a simple question, and it's a great question, Anne. Let me go back in case anybody was confused. The question was, is it best to have a landing page or the UpViral landing page? That's my long-winded answer. The vast majority of time for my clients, for example, the Fuji one that I am working on, I'm going to launch today, I hope. I got my own domain. You can't, let me switch back over so you can see the desktop. This is the previous one that's still loading right now. But the URL is win.fujigiveaway.com. Now, it's not fujifilms.url, right? I happened to go buy FujiGiveaway.com so that I could run these campaigns for them without having to bother their hosting providers. But it still looks legit. And it is legit because I'm running it for them. Right? You with me? So you can do that too. You don't have to necessarily... Now, in that particular case, I'm not giving Fujifilm.com any Google juice, right? I'm giving the domain FujiGiveaway.com Google juice. But in their case, they don't care. They just want the leads. And it's similar enough that the vast majority of people that enter the campaign believe that it's trustworthy. And I even mentioned somewhere on the page that, I am running the campaign for Fuji. It is a legit campaign, etc., etc. Anne says, thank you. I plan to use the UpViral landing page with custom domain. I have the page on thunderstormpro.com/contest, which redirects to UpViral. Can I type that in? thunderstormpro.com. Maybe I can do, I can click on it. Does that actually work right now? Oh, look at that. So, Anne, what you want to do is not do that. If you can help it, if you have control of the domain, create a custom URL inside of UpViral. I have several videos on how to do that, but let me just show you really fast. Really fast, right? So if you go into UpViral settings, custom domain, unless you're on the basic cheapy version of UpViral, and I still think that's included in the basic cheap version. They got new pricing, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Custom domain, by the way, for if you were using Viper, custom domain's $100 and something freaking a month extra. But you would do add a tracking domain, and you wouldn't use www. You would use something like enter. I do enter, or I do giveaway, or I do contest. I don't know that it really matters as long as people understand what's going on. Thunderstormpro.com, and then you would select one of your campaigns, and that's kind of sort of all you have to do on the UpViral site. Now the tip here is, oh crap, sorry, you can't see the screen. It's a good thing I looked though, right? Right. Let me get rid of, no, I thought I would, let me get rid of that. Let me go back to UpViral. All right. I don't know why the screen got really small on me. Not that tab. This one. So inside the custom domain. Now the first tip here, Anne, is go over to your hosting provider, wherever you have the domain thunderstormpro.com, and register contest dot or enter dot or win dot, whatever you want to use as the subdomain. Register that first and wait 24 hours because you want that to roll out all over the web. And then come in here and build this inside of UpViral. UpViral will give you free SSL on this subdomain. And so your page will be secure, which meets all the Google rules and everything else. But you want to do it in that order. You want to create the subdomain first and then come in here and do this part. Otherwise, it gets messy. They don't really tell you that in their instructions, but I've been through this multiple times. do the DNS stuff first, wait 24 hours, then come do this, and within 24 hours, so it takes 2 days, you will have SSL and you will have your own custom domain. And the instructions are right here on how to do the domain stuff in the CNAME stuff, the DNS stuff inside your hosting provider. Oh, isn't it funny? Anne said, by the way, I will be creating a custom domain soon. So hopefully that makes sense. I love this comment. David says, hey, Anne, I know your company. You're always serving delicious yogurt at the wedding show. We run the wedding band, DCF Wedding Music. Look at that. See? It's a small, small world. Da, 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 da. Yes, I've been on longer than I thought I was going to be. Hopefully, Anne, that serves you. That's how you do the custom domain setup. Make sure you do it in 2 processes. Do this DNS first. So Anne says, Eric is my son. So I assume David and Eric, you know who that is. I don't know. All right. If you got any other questions, please pop them in quickly. If you haven't done so, if you're on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe. If you have a chance, do the comments, say hello if you haven't commented. I'm hoping that my sounds work, but apparently my sounds aren't working. That one works. Huh. But except you don't probably hear them. Do you? You're not hearing them. All right. Because you're using the built-in microphone. If I switch over here, I'm stalling again. I apparently didn't set the audio up right, which is another thing that I have to remember to do first. All right, David says that's not that one. I got rid of the second one. Why is my widget not loading? Well, let me see if I can get it to come up, David. Come on, why is that not working? There we go. Probably did that before. Let's go to Safari. Well, it's just right here, isn't it? Let me do a refresh. Hey, it worked for me, David. It's in the center. Obviously not centered, but win a $9,000 log cabin bunkie. Name, email. I'm a resident of Ontario, Canada. Enter to win or log in with Facebook. So it's working. It's probably just a caching issue on your machine. Clear your cache or do Safari, whatever tool you're using, do a private window or incognito. Oh, crap. Again, you can't see. See, it's working for me. There it is. Enter to win. Now, you guys don't enter because David's not ready to open the contest yet. We'll delete you if you enter now. And dang comment's still there, isn't it? Why is that not? If I click there, why doesn't... See, it just... There it goes. And now the window's in front of me. This is where I want it. This is the fun of live streaming and answering people's questions and helping them live. Again, thank you. David says, yes, I got to refresh the cache. Audio has been gold since you turned it. So I switched it. Okay, good. Do you hear my cat in the background? Who's desperate about something? Again, if you want to get on the calendar to find out when I'm going to go live, jump on to giveawayrocket.com/calfree. It should be able to let you use it in iCal, Google Calendars. You can subscribe, whatever. That one doesn't work. I do advise you to get on my daily contest tips list. Go to giveawayrocket.com/365. How's this for multiple plugs? What do you want, kitty? Who's now rubbing my leg. I don't know. You won't be able to hear the exit, so I can't do that. I don't know why it's not working. Fun and joy of live streaming. For those of you, if there's anybody over on Twitch watching, thanks for watching. YouTube. I'm over on YouTube, by the way. Nobody's asking questions, so... And this microphone isn't even working. Oh, yeah, it is. I switched it, didn't I? Sorry. Didn't mean to bump you. I apologize. All right. I'm going to sign off for now. I think that 45 minutes longer than I thought. Almost an hour longer than I thought. Thanks for watching. You can always get me at giveawayrocket.com. You can private message me on Facebook Messenger. I'm available everywhere. David says, I really appreciate you taking the time today, Mitch. Oh, you'll pay for it. All right, y'all be good today. Have fun. Let me know if you need any support. And we will talk to you again whenever the calendar says.